Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today's video is just after the E3 video that I did talking about the awesome Sony conference. But today's video, I am in the mood for making videos. So I'm gonna make a video that I've been wanting to make for a long time, which is me talking about my gaming story and how I got into gaming. I've talked about before that I have like a crap memory, and my memory's always gone. So God knows what I'll be like when I'm older. I probably won't remember much. Which is why I make videos, is because I can watch them and I'll be able to remember. I make other videos that I don't upload to YouTube to help me remember, because I know when I'm older I'll probably lose my memory, because my memory's crap at the moment. So anyway, I'm talking about my gaming story, how I got into gaming, at least from what I remember. I've been wanting to make it for a long time, so here we go. First system that I remember playing was the Master System. I remember lending it off of a cousin of mine, and a bunch of games. I'm playing the heck out of it. I remember playing like games like Mickey Mouse and yeah, I remember playing Mickey Mouse. I remember those games, they were great. And a lot of awesome other games. Alex the Kid, they were awesome and fun, those games. And then as I progressed, I think I first got into gaming was because I think it was because of getting lent the Master System, but I think it was also because of my dad. He would have a NES, and I'd play like Super Mario, and he'd have a PS1, and he'd have Rayman and Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil game. And that's kind of how I got into gaming, was those games. And then it just progressed from there. I eventually in high school, secondary school, whatever you want to call it, everyone calls it different things depending on where you're from. For me, those days were PlayStation 2 galore. I was PlayStation 2. I was going into town, didn't have much money, but I'd save like my bus fare money. From getting to school, I'd walk, and I'd use that money to buy games. That's what the money I had at the time. I'd buy, cause I've like, I used to go to Game Station. Yeah, you may remember that Game Station. You may not remember Game Station, but if you do, you're awesome. But you know, I used to go to Game Station. Chips, if you remember Chips. I think Chips is still kind of around, but I don't see it anymore myself. The stores I used to go to. Never used to go to a game. I think you needed like a membership back then to buy games. I tried to buy games before, and I think you needed like a membership to buy games or something like that. So after that, I never went to game again. You don't anymore, but I think you used to. That's why I never went to game. I used to go to town like on a Friday, last day of school of the week, and go buy games with my fucking bus fare money that I was supposed to use, but I just walked and bought games, went home with games, beat games, took them back to town, and sold games to buy more games. Yes, the good old times. In a way, I still wish I had those games, but in a way, I don't, because that led me to experience more games than I could possibly have experienced if I had not sold my games. So in a way, I think that was good for me at the time. other things I want to talk about. Yeah, PS1, PS2, I was big on those. Back around that time of school and secondary or high school, whatever you call it, where you're from. I never heard of Xbox though. It was only kind of a couple of years ago. Many years ago, I was at kind of like a family member's house, and they were playing some Def Jam game that apparently was only on Xbox, and they were playing on Xbox, and I was like, hey, that looks cool. You know, you're in your environment, it's a fighter, and I was impressed with it. But I never really thought much of it. And then what really got me, I stopped gaming for a while. I sold all my consoles, my PS2, I sold everything that I had, other than, I kept my Dreamcast, of course. I kept my Dreamcast, and I had like a emulator disc that I got for one of my birthdays. I think I got like a disc that had a bunch of games on it. I didn't know what it was at the time. I just bought loads of games, you know, I was happy. Turns out there was like a Super Nintendo disc that had like Super Nintendo games on it. And that's how I found, also like an emulation kind of disc. And that's how I found Harvest Moon. That was like a great series I still play. It's like you're a harvester and you're harvesting crops and you're selling it to vendors and getting money, and you're giving cows. It sounds boring, I know that, but it's not. It's not. It's a really good game. I used to check out Harvest Moon. It's like a farming simulator, but it is really good. One of my top games from the Super Nintendo days, from that disc on the Dreamcast. And I found out many other games like Zombie Ate My Neighbors. If it wasn't for that disc, I wouldn't have known about those games. My cameras went a bit dodgy, but okay. And then after a long time, I was like PC gaming for a while. Just like low spec MMOs I would play with like my family and stuff. We would play online, and it's like browser games. We would play like Mario Pets. I don't know if you've heard of it. We would play Habbo Hotel. Just kind of stuff like that. And then my brother, I was done with gaming other than like some PC low spec stuff, and my brother one day got a Xbox 360, and then I was like, what is that? You got it for Christmas or birthday or something. And then I was like, what is that? I've never heard of it before. I couldn't remember Xbox. And then he brought it to his room. I had a quick look at it. I walked in, and he was talking to no one. He was talking to no one, in my opinion. And then he said, all these people in the game, he's talking to them. Camera's gone dodgy. He's talking to them. He's playing with all them. They're actually real people. And my mind was blown. I'd never experienced online gaming before, really, other than like just like a text chat, like Habbo Hotel and stuff like that. I'd never experienced online gaming like that. I never experienced online gaming on the PS2, NetPlay and all that. I saw NetPlay. I didn't know what it was about. We never had like the internet back then. I never had the internet back then. It wasn't a big thing back then. I wonder what that was like back on PS2 days. But anyway, and I was blown away. I was like, I have to have one of those. I got one of those. I got an Xbox 360. I still have it today. It has problems now. It's the disk drive opens and closes whenever it wants. I have to like punch it. Yeah, I had to like punch it and for it to open the drawer, and it does have the like red rings of death kind of thing that goes on with the old school Xboxes. I do get that quite often, but my Xbox is still alive and it still works. Despite those issues, it still does its job. I play the console a lot. That, let's say that I got that's how I got into online gaming, was the Xbox 360. I love that thing. And then I didn't know about the PlayStation 3. I didn't know there was a new PlayStation. I wasn't keeping up with online gaming. I wasn't keeping up with gaming in general. Because I didn't have the internet. And I wasn't up to date with everything. I stopped going to game stores. I lost all interest after selling everything, like I talked about. But then all of a sudden, I started online gaming. I got Xbox Live. I can't remember how I found out about Xbox Live, but I got Xbox Live. I started gaming with other people, and that's kind of when I started making YouTube videos. It was many years ago, like 7 odd years ago. And I made some YouTube videos here and there, like Ocarina of Time on the PC. I do like gameplays of that, and then I'd online, and I was getting big onto online gaming. I was really enjoying it. And then I made friends because of Minecraft. Like my first days of Minecraft, I made some friends. I still talk to now and then on Facebook and stuff. Not much really. They've kind of went off games because they're busy with their life right now, like really busy. But I talk to them here and there. Still, just not as much as I used to. I used to be like be able to talk to them on the voice chat and stuff, and now I can't do that because we don't really get to play anymore. They live like different countries.